I can't just give you game for free, my shit be sold out. Your niggas came and worked for me, your niggas sold out. I dump it all about the clip, my shit be sold out. You at my show, you get them hits, my shit be sold out.
It is Sunday. Good afternoon, folks. We are in the building. I am in Mind Your Damn Business City. Don't worry about where I'm at. I'm everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Y'all know how I get down. I got a little fan right there because it's hot as shit out here. So, excuse, I'm not trying to get the, like, music, movie, video type thing with the fan blowing my beard and looking majestic and shit. But if it does happen, so be it. I hope y'all enjoyed y'all week. I hope everybody's trending up. There's some things that you wanted to knock out on your list this week. You don't know. I don't know what it is. You know what it is. There's some things you wanted to knock out on your list this week. I hope you got those things accomplished. If not, I hope you got some other things accomplished so you can move things into it. Applejack, hey, how you doing, sweetheart? I hope you can move things into those spots because you're really starting to get things knocked out that have been hindering your progress because you have been what? An anchor to yourself, just like we talked about a few weeks ago. To anybody with any ailments, sis, I hope you feel better. Anybody that got anything going on with their body, your knees, your back, those unnecessary, well, I ain't gonna say unnecessary, but those aching pains, those pains that you done had since, you know, you played sports here or you played sports there, or you was trying to be an athlete and the concrete was wet and you ran and you slipped, fell, split your shit open. I ain't gonna name no names, but you know who I'm talking to. I hope all those things are doing fine. I know there's some people under the weather that I've spoken to this week. Hope you get better. Knock out all the birthdays for this month. My little cousin, nephew, I don't know exactly what his relation is to me, but his birthday was this week. Man, he just turned 3. So shout out to him the rest of his entire life. What else is there? I got a rant, but I'm going to wait till my brother go on because I want him to hear this. I want to make sure that everybody is in a positive state of mind coming up because I really do feel a storm coming. Not wishing anything bad on anybody, but I hope everybody's in a positive state of mind, man. You put yourself in the right position mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. When bad shit happens, you don't fall back as far. You're going to fall. Everybody falls. Let's go ahead and get that out the way. Everybody falls, everybody stumbles. But just like in one of my favorite movies, Men of Honor, with Cuba Gooding Jr. and De Niro, if you fall or if you stumble as a diveman, and then, you know, and you ain't seen this movie, man, put your eyes on this movie. It's called Men of Honor. It's a hell of a movie. Put your eyes on this movie. It's old as shit, but put your eyes on this movie. Man, if you stumble, you better stumble forward. Stumble forward, man. I promise you. If you stumble forward, feet, and you get everything together in square business with yourself, you're not going to be as far back as you would if you stumble backwards. Brother man.
What's happening, brother?
What's good with you, man? The fan ain't too much noise.
Nah, I don't shit. You know, I don't hear shit anyway. I'm outside.
That's fair. That's fair. Plus that you have.
Yeah. Huh?
That now you got tinnitus. Yeah, go watch the movie. Watch the movie Men of Honor. It's a beautiful movie. I love it. Has Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh yeah.
Hell of a movie. Hell of a movie. I just watched it a couple of weeks ago, so that's why it's fresh on my mental. So yeah, we're gonna cheers. Topic for the day. I'll do my rant. Do my rant because I feel like this rant applies to everybody. That's everybody. And
all right.
And I feel like y'all need to hear it. I got that.
Okay.
I feel like y'all need to hear it because it's dear to me. Like I dreamt about this last night. Like it was on my mind.
Shit.
Yeah. It was on my mind hard. That's how.
Okay.
I need y'all
all
to hear
right.
it. If you a parent, uncle, auntie, grandparent, older cousin to a younger, you know, like I said, little one just turned 3. If you fall into any of those categories, right? Stop buying these kids Play-Doh for their birthday. Play-Doh. Stop buying it. Stop it.
Okay. All right.
Because in about a week or 2 of them with that Play-Doh, all them colors you bought, that shit about to be great like this hat. I'm so dead serious about this.
Dearly noted.
Look, I'm so dead serious about this.
Dearly noted.
They gonna get the Play-Doh.
So wait a minute. You had a dream about this last night. I want to make sure that I get this right. You had a dream about this.
A whole dream. This is, and actually remembered it. Because, you know, people
was it
they drink. Huh?
What was Chucky coming after you or some type of shit? Like, bro, what the?
No. It was just you know, just a normal dream. And I'm you know, this damn Play-Doh, man. Stop buying kids Play-Doh.
All right, so what's the age limit?
5.
5. Cut off at 5.
Unless that child is colorblind, 5. Because they done made them get their hair done popped out the little dog, or hamburgers in the little kitchen or whatever. But you ain't separating that damn Play-Doh as a parent. You're not separating it. So after a while, once that shit gets to molding and mixing and melding together, that shit turns gray, an ugly gray. Yeah.
So it's like a shit stain, like Eddie Murphy said. It's just a stain right there on the rug, and it's hard.
Yeah. Don't let it get caught in the rug and dry up in your rug. Now you sitting there with like gum and hair with scissors, trying to get this damn Play-Doh and shit out your rug. Stop buying these kids Play-Doh, man. I swear to God, it's the dumbest waste of money I have ever seen in my life. Ever. I didn't get Play-Doh. Couldn't afford it. But
I borrowed Junior's.
Yeah, by the time we went over to a friend's house or everything, that shit great.
Yeah. I never got none as a kid. I couldn't afford none of that shit.
Stop that shit. Stop it.
Play-Doh was, but see, back then Play-Doh was a rich kid thing. So as folks got older, as you know, you give your kids what you didn't have. So now niggas is out here buying Play-Doh. Like,
you it more than your kid is. Because you didn't have it as a kid.
Yep. So you over there playing with it. And Legos the same way. Like, stop buying your kids Legos before the age of 7 if they really not into building things. Because now a person like ourselves come over there, and, you know, we stepping on these little bitty ass pieces because you don't clean up.
Look, if I don't like you, I swear I hope you step on a Lego. But at the same time, you got these grown folks looking at this box, trying to put the damn Death Star from Star Wars together. Cut the shit out, man. Cut it out. Stop it. Stop it. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it at all. That was my rant for the day, man. Like I said, I dreamed about this shit last night. It was on my mind. It was on my heart. Stop buying your kids Play-Doh, man. The shit ain't working. It's a waste of money.
Okay. He said stop. It makes sense. It makes sense though, because like he said, kids is not really fucking with Play-Doh after all. Like the little glue stuff, the slime stuff. Add that into the Play-Doh thing, because my kids had it. They, like he said, he played for like 2 weeks, and then it got stuck to the wall.
I know somebody, their sink got stopped up with that shit. And you know, once it's dry, it's a wrap.
It's over. It's over.
Stop buying so much shit and start giving them experiences. Yeah.
That's so true.
Yeah.
That's so true.
That's so true. I'm at my folks' house. We were just talking about it in the garage last night. Man, it's just certain shit that they done teaching in school that your kids are going to need more than calculus.
What?
I took pre-calculus in high school. Haven't used it not one time.
Not once.
college and saved my life.
Yep. Yep.
I didn't, you know, and chugging that, I was able to breathe afterwards. You know what I'm
Straight
saying?
up. Straight up.
Happen. It doesn't happen to you, Ben. You just don't want to admit it. It didn't happen to your ass before your ass goddamn got drowned in there and didn't even know it. Anyway, all right, man. Before we get too far off topic, because we'll fuck around and talk about that shit all day.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like I said, I got the fan on, man. I'm not in no music video or nothing like that, but you know what I'm saying? He over here looking real majestic, beard blowing in the wind and shit. You know, I got my fan on outside. It's 90 and it's 1 o'clock. This don't make no goddamn sense. This ain't Texas.
I love it. Just so y'all know, I love it. I love this heat. I love this weather. I'm all about it.
Fuck around when we come down here. I'm gonna bring a couple of these orange fans. So
you know, there's one in the closet, right? Somebody brought you one already.
Word.
Mm-hmm.
Word. I'm still gonna guess we need it outside playing cornhole or something. Anyway.
I got you. But
hey man, and we went over this before, but I don't feel like it really stuck with y'all knuckle necks out here, man, because y'all still going through the same shit. I don't think y'all heard us the first time.
Bro, we gonna you know we're like, it's a lot of episodes now, and we appreciate and all the love and support that we've been getting here these last couple of weeks. We really greatly appreciate it. Y'all keep it up. But y'all missed, everybody that's tapping in now, y'all missed a lot of shit. Like a lot of shit. So I think that we're gonna have to double back on some of the episodes that we put out.
We got to recycle some.
Just some of them, not a lot of them. Some of them can stay where they at. Y'all can go dig them up, and then, you know, they on YouTube. The ones that really need to be talked about are on YouTube, so they're on YouTube. But like bruh said, it's this particular episode, this particular segment, this particular one, I have a beginning to it before we even get into it.
And I'm gonna let you have that. And I'm gonna sit back, I'm gonna cross my leg, and let you go ahead and
yeah, because bruh, I call as soon as I heard the story, I hopped in the truck and I called my brother. I didn't know what the hell he was doing, didn't care, but he needed to hear this. We do that to each other. Hey, bro, what you doing? You all right? You good? All right, cool. All right, let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. So, all right, so bam. All right, so I'm in there getting my hair retwisted. Sitting down with shout out to my beautiful beautician, Miss Tasha. You always keep my hair healthy and lean. Appreciate you. So one of her friends come in, beautiful lady comes in, and she's about to get her hair done. Well, she gets her hair done while I'm getting my hair dried. So we in there chit-chatting about their life or whatever, what happened. So she gets to talking, and her first thing that comes out of her mouth after she sees the shirt is, "You got a podcast." I was like, "Yeah, you can go check it out. Jack and Jen Knowledge, go, you know, tap us in." She says, "What do y'all talk about?" I said, "You know, a variety of things, but mostly we talk about, you know, the problems that's in our culture, in our community, the things that we need to get over, like relationships and, you know, depression and stress and all, you know, not just rambling off." She said, "Oh, relationships. Well, let me tell you about this." So she goes on. What you talking about, bro?
Damn plane flying over here. Go ahead.
Oh. Yeah. So we in the same boat. So she goes on and says, I have a one-track mind when it comes to dates. She haven't had sex in 3 years. That was number one. That's what caught my eye the first day. You never had sex in 3 years. Okay. What have you been doing? So something. She said, no, she doesn't touch any toys. So masculinity, people keep this in mind. Not toxic, but think about masculinity. So you won't think outside the box. You won't get. I said, so let me ask you this. You go on these dates, you get with when you go on a date, you automatically think that person is what you want because you picked them out of a bunch of motherfuckers. Well, you're wrong because you have this big ass wall guarded up and you ain't prepared to see the person that's coming. That we're gonna get to that in a minute. I got something else for that. So she comes back and says, all right, so let me ask you this. She said, there's a lot of men out here that have one-track minds. and they think they are almighty. Toxic. How are we as women supposed to maneuver through society or the world now as it is, seeing that majority of the men are like that? So I looked at myself and I looked at my hairdresser and I said, well, I'm a different type of brother. So you can't ask me those, boy questions because I can't answer how they think. But I got a brother that can answer for me because he knows exactly how they think because he worked with their motherfucking asses. I didn't work with him. I didn't listen to him. He at least listened to these lame squarehead ass boys. So, bruh, because I know she's gonna watch this later on. Dive into that and lead into, yeah.
Look, when it comes down to this toxic masculinity, is what it really comes down to.
Mm-hmm.
With these Newport box square head ass dudes out here, that's only concerned, and it's really, when me and bro was talking about this just yesterday, day before yesterday, don't matter, we talked about it. Listen here.
Mm-hmm.
Parents lead into this toxic masculinity. They're the number one resource for this.
Ooh.
Men, young boys don't cry. Young boys don't get emotional. Young men or whatever this, that, and the case may, don't show what's going on inside.
No.
We
No.
kind of closed last week off with this before brother had to jump off. We different because we groomed ourselves. We was groomed to be different by the figures that we had in our life. Got it?
Yeah.
A lot of kids ain't got these outside figures in their life. All they have is a home influence.
Yep.
And, I mean, hold on. One, let's take a drink real quick to one of the ones that we lost this past week. In Ted McCaslin.
Big Mac.
Growing up. So we're going to take a drink for him. Anybody that's with us that knew Ted McCaslin, if you got one, if you can't do it now because you're at work, when you get back to the house later, take a shot for Ted McCaslin. No, you did earlier this week, but take another one.
Yep. You know Big Mac taught you something. And don't act like he didn't.
Look, taught y'all young girls something too.
Hello.
Because he was who he was.
He was who he was.
I'm putting nothing out there or saying anything against him, but he was who he was.
But he was genuine. I tell you that. He was fucking genuine.
Out of his mouth came from his heart.
Hell yeah.
Me. And that's why we like that now. Everything
Hell
we say
yeah.
we mean shit for no reason. Nothing. But anyway, shout out to Coach Ted McCaslin. When it comes down to it, man, y'all so strong and hung out on not showing any type of emotion because you afraid that you're going to get hung out to dry. Hey, look, it happens. It's a fact of life.
But, bruh, here's the problem. When they reach that point, because we all know you're going to get hung out to dry, but because of your past, you don't think that way. So when it does happen, we talked about this before, you walk up, you tell the lady she a bitch. You tell the lady she ain't worth shit. You tell the lady this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Like, no.
I bashed her. I'm good. Why? Y'all still doing this dumb shit.
Yep.
If she tell you, no, I'm good, just deal with it and go on. Stop letting your homeboys that are of like mind, because you hang out with people that are kind of you. Always feathered. Got them together. Y'all goofy motherfuckers is multiplying out here. And you shouldn't be. Y'all the motherfuckers that out here that got 6, 7, 8 kids by 10 different baby mamas, and you multiply this thought process. You perpetuating a cycle of stupidity. And these young men are growing up with your thought process. With
oh, God.
We know that can't happen.
Man.
Kids how you
Man.
be raised, but at the same time, don't raise them with your goofy ass thought process.
Because you don't have one.
You just
That's the
react.
problem.
You just
You,
react.
you're living off emotions. You're walking these streets off emotions.
Don't think
You're not you don't think about anything. There's no logical thing, or not even logical. There's no thinking.
right. Just thinking. Period. Just think about some shit. Sit back. Wait 5 seconds. You wait.
So you're going strictly off emotion. The reason why these young black men get locked up.
Because they ain't thinking.
I'm gonna go shoot him. Strictly off emotions. He stepped on my foot. Strictly off emotions. He bumped into me. Strictly off emotions. Song came on. Strictly off emotions.
And I got it. I used to be that way.
Hell yeah. That's why we can talk about it, bro.
Our cats is in y'all late 20s, early 30s, late 30s, still just reacting. I understand some situations you react. Got it. But just because a female tells you no, you beat the brakes off of her? Why?
Just because a female say no, you call her a bitch?
For what?
Oh, bitch, I didn't like you no way. In what earthly realm does that work for you?
This is what I'm trying to figure out.
Where in what lane does it say, hey, you know what? If you call them a bitch, they come back around.
Or that shit they used to say back in the not back in the day, but that shit they say if you treat a female that's up here with hers because she about herself, she knows her worth. If you treat her like trash, she's attracted to you. Where that shit come from?
Why is that?
And like I said, the first source of the toxic masculinity is the parents, women, mothers and fathers, running around here telling these little boys that men don't cry.
Yeah.
They ain't supposed to show emotion. One, that's wrong. That's a lie.
Fact.
That's a lie. Because I'm an emotional.
Yeah.
I'm all day. You say some shit that hurt my feelings, I'm gonna let you know you hurt my goddamn feelings.
You might not like the way I'm saying it, but it's coming out.
Oh, I'm gonna let you know. Oh, I'm gonna let you goddamn know.
Hey, like it or love it.
Look. She said, look, Not Today said, it has definitely happened a lot. A lot of women have to learn to let men down gently. Fuck that. I understand you have to for your safety. For your safety.
Or you feel like for your safety. Right. And if you know he's a goofball, then yes, for your safety.
These men out here be throwing these tantrums. Like they said, they be throwing these tantrums because they got turned down.
Yep.
But
that's a man.
It's also some of y'all women out there.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Not all of them.
Yeah. Oh, some. Is this some?
Look, don't come for me.
You can come for this one. Hey, you know, I like a conversation.
Because we gonna have it. We gonna have it if you come for me. I'm telling you now.
I'm saying right now, we the wrong ones.
Because y'all like the shit. Y'all like to be called a bitch. Like they said, these dumbass females out here. Y'all like to be called a bitch. Y'all like to be a certain kind of way. For what? What is that?
Why is that? Thank you.
Absolutely.
What does that do? Nothing.
Ask yourself that one day. What does me allowing him to treat me like this do for me? Is your bills being paid really worth it? Is you being taken out to expensive restaurants really worth it?
Yep, to them.
Giving X amount of money to go shopping or get your hair,
yep,
your
to them.
All that shit done
yep.
Really
you know why, bro? Because like you started it off by saying it starts in the home. So if mom and or dad is teaching you these things, hey, my dad, every time he slaps my mom around, he take her to a fancy restaurant and buys her a purse of some earrings. So that's the standard. or vice versa. My mom tells me to stay with the man, the good man. Well, baby, when you find you a good man, you stay with him. Like there's only one good man in this world. There's 7 billion people. Like, come on, man.
Just because he paying for shit, he a good man?
The teaching.
About that. Would
The
you
teaching.
with a man that don't make 6, 7 figures,
Hey, that's a post.
that treats you, look, hey, that treats you like you want to be treated, versus staying with a man that makes 6, 7 figures and he treats you like all shit? Huh?
You know, there's a post going around right now, bro. It said, would you rather have the working man or the streets? Would you rather have the $250 cash or the $50,000 a year worker? Now, I will also say this to back this. There are both sides of men on both spectrums.
Yeah. Yeah.
There are men that take care of their family and do what they're supposed to do in the street side and also working. And then there's assholes in the streets. There's assholes that's working.
Right.
Shit,
No,
my granddad was one of them. Shit. He was an asshole, but he worked his ass off to take care of his family.
yeah. And like, look, the more negative you have on something, the more negative you will find a relationship. Correct. That's their standard of man. And then they come around and say, and these are women in these comments, folks. Don't get that shit twisted. These ain't even.
Hello.
Look.
Hello.
The act of dealing with being mistreated is a learned behavior from childhood.
Yes.
See, as a child, you expect as an adult. Come on now.
You better preach. You
Come
better.
on. How
And look, so here's my thing. And when you have these said situations go on as a child, you bring them into your adulthood, correct? So when you bring them into your adulthood, see, when we talk about these toxic situations, whether you're in a toxic relationship or you said person or that toxic person, you are already bringing that in without knowing that you are the source.
Right. Right.
You gotta fix you until you fix you. I was saying this a couple days ago. Until you fix you, until you understand you, who you are right now, you can't progress as who you are right now.
Absolutely.
Because you've been doing the same thing over and over and over and over as this person. So how is this person supposed to progress until the next person when you say, I'm going to be a better person? Have you looked within?
That's a definition of insanity, folks. Doing the same.
Oh, bruh. Oh.
Over and over and expecting a different result.
Bruh, can they put that in their own selves? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over. Okay, so you are who you are now. You've been doing the same thing you've been doing in your life and figuring out yourself for the last at least 10 years of an adult life. And we're just speaking of adulthood. You say every time something happens to you, you're going to change.
Yeah.
But how do you change if you only look external and not internal?
Bingo. Hello? Oh, wait.
You've been doing the same thing, talking to the same people, doing the same, going through the same motions. Every time you have a breakup, every time you get slapped, every time he talks to you or she talks to you crazy, every time that toxicity comes out, every time you do the same, you go back to that same routine. I'm going to shut the world off, or I'm going to shut this person off, or I'm going to ignore it, or I'm going to speak my mind. But you don't never look internal to figure out why this is happening.
Never.
And then after you look internal and analyze internal and know what to do, you have to act on it. You can't just know what to do and then just bypass it. But guess what it's going to do? It's going to go back to your subconscious mind.
It is. It is. It is. Y'all forgive me. I got something that's close.
So with you living in this same, walking down the same yellow path, as they say, you always stepping in this goddamn sand pit. There's a water puddle on this pave, and you step in the same puddle every 5 steps.
Every goddamn day. It ain't the same day. Y'all goofy asses is running this shit every day.
Every day.
Like, this motherfucker wakes up. And this goes either way. We talk about toxic masculinity, but there's some toxic ass females out here as well.
Y'all have toxic masculinity for shit.
Toxic femininity. Have you said
Yeah.
Have you said
I mean, they want to be a man. So
your childhood become who they are based off. You show them. Your childhood become who they are based off who you show them. Toxicity is learned. Hello?
yes.
You're not born with just like you're not born with any, not born with it. Prejudice is a different thing. Let's not put those words together. It's not the same. But
Right.
learn. As a young jit, you're walking around, like Russ said about a month or so ago. These kids don't know how to respect their elders because they don't know what respect looks like.
Yep.
I ain't forgot that shit since he said that.
For real.
These kids are growing up wanting relationships, looking for relationships. If you don't want one, fine. This ain't for you. Get the hell on. You want it, you're looking for it, but you don't know what they look like.
You don't know what it is.
You have no idea what a relationship looks like.
The only thing that you know is J. Cole said it best. I want a father like Uncle Phil. That's all I know. I know Fresh Prince. I know Martin. I know and we talk about, again, we're talking about our community. So we're talking about the Cosby Show. We're talking about black men and families and moms that we've seen
Right.
on TV.
Right.
Not in our own home.
No. Like my example for a long-standing relationship or long-standing marriage didn't come from inside my house.
Yep.
I didn't meet my dad till I was 23.
Right.
I had father figures, yeah. But as far as like my dad, my relationship for a marriage that's going to last past whatever amount of time did not come from my house. It came from 26 Hills, because my grandparents been married for over 60 years.
Yep.
A lot of y'all grew up like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about what people, and a lot of people don't understand. Like, yeah, you can get advice from your parents. They can do this all day. But it's about what you, like, I'm seeing some shit.
And on top of that, what is your parent, after an experience that you have, what is the counter to what your parents are saying?
Right.
Like, instead of saying, parents, I told you not to do that. No, you say, hey, I experienced the same thing. Let me give you my 2 cents of how this went down for me.
And I understand that as a parent, it's not easy.
Hell no.
It's not easy. We're not saying that it is. But you know what's right and wrong.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know what's right and wrong. You know when not to, like, if you are married, you know not to argue around your kids.
Let's let them, because you know a lot of them kind of, they still thinking Barney Fife. So let's say this.
Look, and I can't.
When my brother say argument, there's a difference between argument and disagreement. Now you can disagree and have a debate in front of your kids because it is a knowledge and an intellect back and forth.
Once your voice and your anger level gets to a certain, like, you know better than that. I'm not telling you how to raise your kids, just like you shouldn't tell me how to